I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm joined by London's heavyweight fighting pride. Is that a fitting name for David Adeleye?
Yeah, I like that one.
Bit of training today with Frank Rees. I know you're not officially in camp, but always working hard, David?
Yeah, man, ticking over, you know, that's why I look the way I look, and they look the way they look. You know, I stay in the gym, so.
As I said, not officially in camp yet, but you awaiting a date. Have you any correspondence with your team about a potential date this summer?
We had a date, can't really talk much on it, but so we had a date, but that show got scrapped, so we're going to be out again soon, so, yeah.
That show got scrapped. Are you talking about Fury-Usyk?
I don't know what you're talking about. What show are you talking about?
Well, they had a date booked, didn't they, for April 29th at Wembley Stadium? So.
Fair play.
Yeah, last time I saw you was in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, you said you've been training, working away. Obviously a fantastic victory for yourself last time, headline at your call. Let's talk about the atmosphere first before we come on to the actual fight. You're getting a good fan base going. I heard the chant for you as well at your call.
Yeah. There was a few people there for me, man. You know, I appreciate the love and support. Yeah, it's always love, man. People know real brothers when they see them. You know what I mean?
Can you give us a rendition of the song or not?
Yeah, you know what? You want to say right now? Actually, you know what? I'll leave it for when I'm fighting, and then I'm gonna make sure everyone points at you when they're singing it. You know what I mean?
That might make me feel a little bit awkward. I ain't gonna lie, considering the lyrics.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's all love. I mean, listen, everyone sings it. You know what I mean? So it's all good.
David, just talk me through that win. Obviously, it got a lot of traction on social media. It always does when a heavyweight knockout ends like that, but a fantastic performance against Jesus, would you say?
Good performance, you know, putting my shots together good. So like I said, it's about what I do in sparring, doing it on fight night. You know what I mean? It's one thing doing it behind closed doors, is another thing doing it under the bright lights. So I'm just finding my feet as a pro now, and I'm putting my punches together good.
Different headlining?
Nah, it's all right, man. It's a fight, innit? It's so good. You know, and I know people say that, but for me personally, it's like, it really is just a fight. York Hall, Wembley, Copper Box, O2, Saudi, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, the blocks, back doors, you know what I'm saying, bro? In the hood, it's all the same thing, man. It's a dust-up.
Right, mate, chill out. So where do we go next? Jesus came in unbeaten. What have you talked to your team about in terms of your management, also your promotional team, about where the next step is? I mean, Frank Warren was saying he wanted you mandated by the board to fight for the British title next.
That would have been good. I mean, I think it will be good. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would love to see that fight, but what's the situation with that? Have you heard anything from the board about that?
Not yet. And these boys ain't calling my name, you know. Where I'm from, it means something when they don't call your name. Don't know, maybe they ain't trying to give me no credit, maybe they're scared, who knows? Don't really care for it though, to be fair, man. I never knew these boys when I started boxing, so, you know, I didn't join the sport for nobody but myself, so I focus on myself. Being in the underdog kind of helps as well, because when I go out there and do my thing, people are always going to change up their excuses, do you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. The British title's good though. It does look tasty. There ain't no personal beef between me and Wardley though. Same way there wasn't none between me and Gorman, obviously, but he's behind me now. There ain't none between me and Wardley though whatsoever. Obviously, if they want to make it personal, like I said to you, man, I'm all up for all of that. You know what I mean? So that sort of stuff there is my playground. Trust me.
Well, let's jump to it. I mean, the main reason we're having this conversation today is because when was it? Last week, I saw a post from yourself. In fact, it wasn't even last week. When was it? It was a couple of days ago. Your account. Oi, F this back and forth at Fabio Wardley. Come see me this summer. Let's give the people what they want. Hashtag easy money. Hashtag and the new. You truly believe it's easy money?
It's easy money. I wouldn't say it, but this is what I'm saying. One thing about me, I'm a realist. I don't call out certain fighters and that. You ain't gonna see me calling out Usyk, Tyson Fury, all of these big boys. You know, there's levels, man. I'm not on their level yet, you know. I'm just still climbing up the order, going through the pecking order. But the people you see me calling out and the people that I think I can beat are the people I think I can beat. I'm just being realistic, you know what I mean? I'm not even trying to say it and he's too cocky. Like, listen, I'm confident, you know what I mean? I'm not arrogant, I'm confident.
What have you seen in Fabio Wardley that makes you think it's easy money?
His chin. Like, yo, I'll punch him up. It's just no ifs, buts, or maybes. I'll punch him up. It's just what it is. Obviously, he believes that he can punch me up. Then let's have it out. You know what I mean? Listen, man, I'm not fussed about all of that. This is what I'm saying. There's a dust-up. It's a one-on-one. You know what I mean? I've had 1,000 of them in the streets. It don't mean nothing for me. It is what it is. You know, obviously, these guys keep saying, oh, David needs to get humbled, whatever, or Idol needs to be humbled. Come and humble me, man. I don't get humbled by nothing like that. You know what I mean? So, if I really think I can do it, I'm going to go for it. And I swear to you, yo, yeah, I put hands on them. And I don't want to start talking crazy on the cameras and whatnot. That's not really my style. But, yeah, man. Like I said, it's nothing personal, innit? So, at the same time, I'm not going to start ripping him and digging into him because I don't dislike the guy. He ain't said nothing that I don't like. I don't know him personally. Yeah, I don't know like shit about him, innit? Like, he was giving it back on Twitter. It was funny, innit? Like, I was liking it, do you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, here we go, it's tasty, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, the first thing that I saw from him was the Conor McGregor meme, you know, the one that goes around.
That's crazy to me, though. I don't be knows Fabio well. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy. Where's he known outside of Ipswich? That's where he's from, Ipswich, Norwich.
Ipswich.
Where's he known outside of there? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's weird. Maybe I'm not known up there, but I'll be honest with you, I got no worries about not being known in Ipswich. Like, for real. Like, my heart don't beat no different not being known up there. Where I'm from, I'm known. Like, I'm known. Like, Fabio's not known. Like, I've had so many people coming up to me, like, even after the thing, like who's Fabio? Like, so when he's saying, who the fuck's that guy? It's like, yo, that's crazy. You see someone of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, that sort of caliber was saying it to me, it would make more sense. But when you got someone like that saying it to me, it's like, you're being silly now. You know what I mean? You donut. Like, what's wrong with you about who's that guy? You sound silly, but yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're just dumb.
And later, from what I saw in terms of his posts, he referenced the Kamil Sokolowski fight a fair bit. I'm sure people, like fans, still talk about that. What are your thoughts on that people still bring up that fight with Sokolowski?
No, you know, like, they're going to, you know what I mean? Haters are going to do their job. People are going to still do their job. And I'm not even saying they're hating. I think, like I said to you, though, yeah, when I sit there and I talk to people, I'm like, name one shot Sokolowski landed on me that had everyone thinking, oh, name one thing he did in that fight. Nothing. He's the only person never really bullied. Also, you already knows I went into that fight with certain injuries and whatnot and certain problems. But listen, man, what am I explaining myself for? What for, realistically? When people really going to make up their mind? Obviously, the people around me knew what was going on before that. So, but just the fighter in me, like, yeah, let's go for it. Let me do it right now. He said it straight up after the fight, he doesn't want a rematch. So I don't really know. Everyone's starting to find their tongues somehow. If they listen to that fight in silence, and obviously the commentary has a bit of a advantage, not an advantage, but it kind of sways people's mind in a certain way. If you listen to that fight in silence and you watch it back, guy does nothing. He don't land no shots. I don't look flustered. I don't look hurt. I don't look nothing like that. The guy never hurt me. Like, he's not strong. He's not, like, he ain't shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just saying it realistically. You know, I've never been hurt. Like, so.
We know he's fighting this week, Wardley. So probably as this goes out, there's a press conference tomorrow, which you'll be getting interviewed a lot at. And I suppose some of the questions will actually centre around this because we've talked about him. And I'm guessing his point is going to be the same thing that he's said on social media, which is go and rematch Sokolowski. Has he got a point there, Fabio?
I asked for that fight straight away. You get like when I was like injured, like straight away, my next fight, and it never happened. You know, I'm at a certain stage now where he's kind of behind me. What am I doing? Fighting the journeyman with God knows how many losses. It doesn't do nothing for me, apart from giving him a payday. So Obviously, he's going to go and say what he has to say. But to be fair, it's more surprising coming from a fighter, because it's like, if you knew boxing, you would know the guy didn't do nothing in the ring to me, you know. So it was like, fuck, you know, you should have known. But it just shows, man. He's a white collar boy, so what do I expect from him?
When you look around the domestic scene, what makes you think that you should be mandatory for the British title next, David?
Because it's me. You know what I mean?
Do you think you're at the top of the pile in terms of the domestic list?
I am. I'm top of the pile. It is what it is. I'm top of the pile, and it's because it's me. I don't care for none of the others. And I don't dislike, like, I mean, listen, I don't really have no friends in boxing, like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Not even Frank Greaves?
No, like, in terms of, like, but Fraser Clark, I like Fraser Clark. He's cool. Johnny Fisher's cool. Like, these are people I have conversations, like, Fraser Clark, I'd like to say, how's it going? And that, do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of consider Fraser as a friend, but obviously we have to fight. But he's in a certain trajectory, I'm on a certain trajectory, so I'll probably fight won't happen for years. There's Johnny Fisher, I like Johnny Fisher, he's a nice guy. So that's what it is. Really.
That's where my question was coming from. You mentioned the names there, like Fraser Clark, Sol Dakers, Johnny Fisher, but yeah, you believe the work that you've done in your career so far and the fights you've had, that the British Board of Boxing Control should be calling you as a mandatory for the British title out of that list?
Yeah, that's if Fabio takes it, innit? Unless you don't run with it, you know. But yeah, man, that belt's giving him a new set of balls. That's probably a ceiling, so we'll see in it.
Okay, but in terms of yourself, expecting a date confirmed, what, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully, for yourself, so you can officially start camp?
Yeah, start a date. Listen, mate, who's Woody fighting on the weekend?
Kofi.
If he pulled out and they said, yo, Adeleye, you want a little tussle up? I would have jumped in there, you know what I mean?
You're ready now?
Yo, I'll punch up Wardley whenever. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, I would have jumped in there and did what I had to do. It's easy. It's easy money. But obviously, look, Wardley's going to have fun on the weekend with that fella, man. I didn't know who he was. I looked at it, like, Wardley's going to have fun with him. I've seen a fight of his, like, I see Wardley doing it in, like, 2-3 rounds.
Okay. Just on matters away from yourself, obviously you know Tyson Fury very well. You've been up in his camp in Morecambe several times, which is a compliment to yourself, if you're getting asked back. What did you make of the fallout between him and Alexander Usyk? As I said, they were due to box. It's not going to happen now. Have you seen what's going on across social media and why that fell out of bed?
Yeah, politics, innit? When you get to the top level, there's always something going on. That would have been a fight that everyone would have loved to have seen, though. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's going to happen ever now. So a bit gutted in that sort of sense, but it is what it is now, innit? They both got what they're doing, or they both got what's going on innit, behind closed doors. Nobody really knows, but yeah, obviously we know what's behind closed doors, but I ain't the one to talk on camera and that.
We know what's next for Alexander Usyk. If he wants to keep all his belts, he's going to have to go through the mandatories, and the next one in line is the WBA with Daniel Dubois. Your thoughts on that matchup? Obviously, Daniel goes in as a big underdog in that fight, but can you see a route to victory for Daniel in that fight against Usyk?
It's a good fight for Daniel, innit? But listen, man, Daniel's a heavyweight and he can land a right hand on him. So obviously, everyone knows who they think is going to win and whatnot. But I mean, Daniel shouldn't go in there disheartened, man. You know, people doubt you all the time in these sort of situations, so it don't really matter. Buster Douglas got doubted before he fought Mike Tyson. You know, I'm getting doubted before a fight. All of these Wardleys and bloody all of these other names, so it doesn't really matter. You know, people always have their opinion. You know, we just do know it is now, Umar. We live in a world now, yeah, where everyone has access to an opinion. So you hear people's opinion that are kind of like, no disrespect or irrelevant. You'll be standing in the shop and then the person, you won't even notice someone standing behind you in front of you in the queue. And when you're going home, they're the person that's probably behind a fake account saying certain things. But you'll notice it online, but you won't notice it in real life. So it's like, what's the point? These people are always having, everyone's got an opinion. I mean, I walk down the street now, I'll probably speak to a woman, she might say she's got a better voice than Whitney Houston. But look where she, like, you know what I'm trying to say though? A woman will say Whitney Houston can't sing. Like, everyone's got an opinion, but Whitney Houston would never know that because back in her days, people didn't have access to an opinion, and people that did have it, no disrespect, were irrelevant, couldn't get through to her. So that's what it is nowadays. So you take the good and the bad. I'm not a Twitter guy anyways. I'm not an online guy. I'm not. So when people say certain things to me, kind of brush, it goes in and out my ear. I mean, I always get shown love in the streets, and I've never heard nobody disrespect me in the streets. So I'm good at brushing things off. So yeah.
Away from Whitney Houston, I don't know how he got onto that, but I was talking about Usyk Dubois. I know this is a long way away, essentially, but if what happens in that fight where Usyk goes and wins, obviously that would be Daniel's second loss of his career. I'm not sure where or what he does from there. That could be, I know, as I said, it's a long way away, but that could be a potential fight, couldn't it? Dubois, Adeleye. No, for yourself.
It's a long way away.
Well, because he has to go and the fight has to get made with Usyk. He's got to go in there, then Usyk has to beat him for this to happen. But that's a fight.
Why is that long away though? Why is that far away?
You're talking at the end of the year, probably, if that were to
It
happen.
happened before that.
Really?
If that happens, it happens. I don't shy away from nobody in the dust. No, that's not a long way away. If it happens, it happens.
And what I'm saying is that could potentially make sense for Team Dubois, coming off the loss against Usyk, if that's what happened.
Yeah, it does make sense, and I'll take it. Trust me, 100%.
Okay, and just the last one, obviously this weekend, Anthony Joshua makes his return against Jermaine Franklin. I know you've done rounds with both of them, so can you talk to me about Jermaine Franklin and some of the rounds you've shared with him and what he's like as a fighter?
Yeah, he's durable. He's got good hands. But yeah, I've sparred both boys, man, and it's good work. I think realistically, Joshua's going to do the business, man. I think Joshua does it in within 6.
Early, yeah.
Within the 6 rounds, I think Joshua does it.
Okay, David.
Go on. He's a good fighter, though. Yeah, very good fighter. I think I showed it when he fought Dillian White as well.
What attributes? You said he's durable. What other attributes does he have?
He's got good hands, puts his punches together well. But yeah, I think everyone just writes off Joshua, though. I don't get it. See, this is what I'm saying. Why is Joshua getting written off? I'm asking you now. Yeah, he lost to Ruiz, came back, avenged it. He lost to Usyk. He's not done. He's not. I mean, he don't look punch drunk. He doesn't look weak in there. So
I guess maybe if you're looking at it from a harsh point of view, that he hasn't looked quite himself in the recent fights. Even the Ruiz win in Saudi Arabia was a much more cautious approach. Going against Alexander Usyk, obviously you're in for one hell of a tough night, so you can't take too much from those losses. But if you're looking at it from a harsher point of view, we haven't seen the old Anthony Joshua, if you like, for a while. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, fair play.
But maybe this is a good opportunity this Saturday to see that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this Saturday definitely is a good opportunity for him. Obviously, we'll see how Derek James has helped him as well in camp. Derek James has got a tremendous stable of fighters, man, so it'll be good.
Okay, David, when you next have news and a fight date sealed, I'm sure I will be catching up with you again.
Hopefully it's soon, you never know. Hopefully it's for the British title. But but you never know, man. You know, how rankings are and how people's relation. I don't know, man, how things are, man. Someone else could end up fighting for it. If that's the case, I'm just going to go another route, mate. The British title's not the be-all, end-all.
Actually, I forgot to mention this. You have been ranked by the WBR. I'm not sure where you are. Are you 12th in the WBR, I think?
I don't know, you got to tell me. I haven't seen it.
I definitely saw you in their list. I'm not gone. Frank Greaves is on it right now. But yeah, getting that ranking. Talk to me about that.
No, you're the first one to tell me, so yeah, it's humbling, man.
I'm the first one to tell you.
First one to tell me. No, I swear down. I didn't know what number I was.
I don't know actually. I know it's obviously. I think it's 11 or below. I can't remember. But the fact that you've been ranked already in your career, that's a big move for yourself.
Yeah. No, it was a very big move. I'm humbled, you know, a little guy coming from the, Labrador area, West London, climbing up the ladder. I'm just bringing all my peoples with me, man. We're going the whole way. It's a fun ride, man. We're in this game forever, and I'm just here to have fun whilst I'm at it, man. This is what I'm trying to say. So I hope these lot don't take me too serious, man. It's not too personal, man. It's just I have my fun with the game. I go all the way. I sail off into the sunset, and with my family, man, and then that's all it is. So
you found it, Frank?
By the way, I'm just saying with my family.
12.
Nice.
You've got no kids yet?
No, not
Are you
yet.
sure?
Yeah. I think so. No, I'm joking. No doubt. No, I ain't got no kids yet, man. I'm still young, man. I just want to focus on certain things now. I got my whole life ahead of me, and I can have that sort of priority later on, you know. So yeah.
We can have a chat about family life and that maybe another time, David.
Listen, Umar. Is he trying to bully me though, Frank? I'll give him a rib shot now, you know. Let me know, Frank. What I'm telling you is give me a green light and I'll rib him right now.
I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 17, 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,